Zack Snyder's Justice League is a director's cut of the 2017 film Justice League. It stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Ray Fisher. This movie takes place after the events of Batman v Superman. Bruce Wayne teams up with Diana to create a team of superheroes to protect the world from this huge force of evil that is threatening the entire planet. The problem is that things are complicated. Superman has sacrificed himself, and everyone in the Justice League is dealing with their own personal demons in some sort of way. So many of you know that the 2017 film had disastrous production problems, to say the least. Zack Snyder had to step down while filming because of a terrible tragedy in his life. Director Joss Whedon, he stepped in, and he basically made an entirely different movie that got panned from both critics and audiences. I'm not going to lie, it's my least favorite DCEU film, along with Suicide Squad. For the last couple of years, fans, the actors of this movie, and Zack Snyder himself has campaigned for this movie to be released, so Zack Snyder's Justice League version to be released, and we finally have it. It's currently streaming on HBO Max. So the question is, how was it? To say that this version is a massive improvement over the 2017 movie is such an understatement. This version is an improvement in every single way. Zack Snyder's Justice League is an action-packed, ambitious, and emotionally compelling film that is going to satisfy so many people around the world. This movie is epic, man, and I did not expect this movie to be as good as it was. I just want to say that I am so happy Zack Snyder got to make the movie he wanted to make. This movie is 100% his vision. There's no studio interference. And thank God, because a movie like this is important to filmmakers and to studios, because we can finally let studios know that if directors have full creative control, you can really see how talented they are and see how special the products can be. Because you constantly hear so many blockbusters have studio interference, right? You have X-Men Origins Wolverine, Fantastic Four, Suicide Squad, and look, let's say there was no studio interference, right? We're not going to know if those movies would have been good or not, but the fact that there was studio interference to begin with, it doesn't help the situation. My point is that Zack Snyder got to make the movie he wanted to make, and the 4-hour runtime really gives him the time to flesh out every character, especially in the Justice League. I mean, every character in Justice League, they're able to shine, and they have such a great understanding of each superhero, especially Cyborg, who is played excellently by Ray Fisher. Thank God, because in 2017, his character was so underutilized, and there's been a lot of drama with him and Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon's actually been having allegations of abuse, but the point is he has a lot more to do with this version. He is very much the heart of the story, too. I loved his character arc. I'm so happy that his character arc turned out to be the way it was, because his character is awesome and his character is fleshed out. Same with Ezra Miller's Flash. I mean, I couldn't stand him in the 2017 movie. I thought his humor very much was not good. I thought his humor, for the most part, fell really flat. But here, he's a lot more natural. His humor is definitely not as awkward or forced, and you're able to sympathize with him. Even someone like Steppenwolf, who is the villain, I thought he was generic and mediocre in the 2017 movie, but in here, he is given purpose, and you understand him way more as a character. It is literally insane how different Zack Snyder's Justice League is from the 2017 movie. And everyone is great. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, he's not in it much, but when he's in there, he has one of the best scenes in the entire movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, of course. Gal Gadot, I liked her more here than in Wonder Woman 1984. No exaggeration. Everyone here gets the time to shine. And here's how I feel about Zack Snyder overall. I am mixed on him. Overall, I like him. I think he's talented. I definitely don't like every movie he's ever made. But as I said, I do believe he's a talented filmmaker. Now, even though I don't like all of his movies, I will say that the one thing I can't take away from Zack Snyder is that all of his movies, including the ones I don't like, they're all technically marvelous. I think he's a really great director when it comes to the technical aspects. I mean, visually, his movies look beautiful, and this movie is absolutely no exception. There are scenes here that look like they're taken straight from a comic book. I love the color palette, cinematography, The aspect ratio, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I didn't mind it at all. I was used to it after the opening scene, honestly. And there's a Twitter page, right, called One Perfect Shot, and I'm telling you, they're gonna have a ball with this film because there is just so much striking imagery that is so appealing to the eyes. I mean, I love the way this film looked from a visual perspective, and the action scenes are incredible too. There is a lot of action sequences. I'm not going to spoil anything, as I said already, but there's action scenes that are improved from the 2017 movie too. As I stated before, it's a totally different movie. I thought it was going to be much more of the same to the 2017, just like extended scenes, but it's different in tone. The film is a lot more focused. It's more cohesive, and this movie's epic, as I stated before. So, in terms of flaws, now let's address the elephant in the room. I talked about how this movie is 4 hours long. 4 hours is a long time. I don't remember the last modern movie that was 4 hours long. I mean, we had Avengers Endgame, which was 3 hours long. We had The Irishman, which I know is not a blockbuster, but that was 3.5 hours long. 4 hours. 4 hours is a long time to ask someone to commit to, and that's understandable, right? So how was the 4 hours? I'll say this. The pacing is consistent. I was never bored. I never felt like the movie dragged. But for me, at times it felt overwhelming because there's so much going on here. There's so much to digest. There were a couple of times I wanted to pause the movie just to let everything soak in. But I also realized that might be a first viewing problem, which means if I were to see it again, I don't know if I would feel that way. I'm curious to see it again. I will eventually, I don't know when, because I really like this film. And I'm just curious to see how I feel about that. You know, am I going to still feel overwhelmed, or since I've seen the movie and I know what to expect, I will have more of the opportunity to really let things soak in for me. Zack Snyder is a very stylistic director. For me, I think Zack Snyder is the type of director who kind of overutilizes his style to a disadvantage. An example would be his slow motion. I like slow motion. Sometimes I think Zack Snyder utilizes it way too much for my liking. In the first hour or hour and a half, when Zack Snyder was filming his action scenes, I just noticed there are so many slow motion scenes. And at one point I was thinking, all right, Zack, let's just kind of dial it down a little bit. That's just me though. I know some people share that sentiment with me. Other people don't mind it at all. But if you're someone who has that problem, just go in knowing that you're going to have to deal with it, even if you don't like it. But if you're able to look past that, you're going to get a really epic and solid film. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And this movie is divided into 6 chapters and an epilogue. I can definitely see why this movie was initially supposed to be a miniseries, because it's kind of divided like one, but they obviously went for the 4-hour cut of the film. Anyway, in terms of the epilogue, I'm very mixed on it. And that's all I can really say. I can't really talk about it without spoiling anything specific. I mean, I'm mixed on it because when you think about it, it kind of feels unnecessary and maybe too fan servicey. I would have been okay if it ended at chapter 6 and maybe taken the first 10 minutes of the epilogue. I would have been fine with just that. Not terrible, but I don't know. I'm very mixed on it. And that's all I can really say. I can't talk about it more without spoiling anything. But other than that, this is really solid. This is probably Zack Snyder's second best movie. I'm not going to lie to you. My favorite Zack Snyder film is still Watchmen. I think that film is so underrated, and I think that's a great film. But this is the second best in my eyes. Definitely one of the best DCEU films. I need to rewatch some of the other DCEU films to really make that 100% concrete decision. But this certainly is one of the best, without a doubt. It's an epic superhero film. And I said epic so many times, but that's how you can describe it. It's a 4-hour epic with great character depth and incredible action sequences. So I'm going to give Zack Snyder's Justice League an 8 out of 10. Bravo to Zack Snyder and everyone involved. Zack Snyder should be very proud of this movie. He finally got to make this film. I don't know if he's going to make a sequel. I have heard that he wants to move on and work on other films. And if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. I mean, honestly, I don't know what more the fans could ask. He delivered a 4-hour Justice League movie. That's his best DC film, DCEU film, at least for me. And I think a lot of other people feel the same way, but you know what I mean. This movie's an 8 out of 10. Really solid. It's on HBO Max. I would recommend trying to watch it all in one sitting. I know it's 4 hours long. The good thing is that on HBO Max, you have the ability to pause it and you can just pick up whenever the next time you watch this film again. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I hope you guys enjoyed it and take it into consideration if you want to see the film or not. My next review will be for the show Static Shock. As you guys know, I reviewed Batman, the animated series, and Batman Beyond. So I decided to watch Static Shock, and I'm almost done with it. So in the next couple of days or so, I will have a review for you guys, and I'm very excited to talk about it. So thank you guys again for watching this review. Like, subscribe, share the video, do all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys with my review of Static Shock. So take care and have a good one. All right, bye.